Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and the main love interest. And then after that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Cosmic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Oppression. So this is the equivalent of the Tower in traditional tarot. So could just be saying that you guys might have gone through a situation, possibly an abrupt ending in some area of life. Now, for a lot of you, I don't feel like it was directly related to this connection. Could have been a separate situation that you were going through. But yeah, I feel like that was the energy you guys were in. You might have been going through a bit of a depression at that time. If we look at her facial expression, she certainly doesn't look all that happy. Then we see the stormy waters behind her, so could just be saying, not necessarily able to cope with the emotions at the time. But yeah, definitely looks like some heavy energy in the past for sure. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy, and the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy. So seeing these two cards come up, well, I feel like this is saying now, for some of you, this could be someone you have a history with. So I suppose it's possible that the Tower moment might have been directly related to this person. But either way, I do feel like there was a history of some kind between the two of you in the past. And with that Six of Cups, represents them wanting to come back within the situation, but not necessarily knowing how to approach it, right? So just a super generic example, let's say they were thinking about you, they want to reconnect with you, but they might have known that you were going through this ending situation, whatever it was. So they might have felt like, okay, maybe now is not the right time for me to approach Cancer, right? So that's just one example of how those energies could be playing out. All right. In the present position on your side, we have Tradition. So this is the equivalent of the Hierophant in traditional tarot, which is Taurus energy. But yeah, could just be saying that now you actually might, maybe you're out of that oppression energy. Now you're looking more forward to the connection and possibly seeing the potential for it to be a long-term connection as well. There might still be something about it that's a bit forbidden, given that we see the names Romeo and Juliet on the card. But yeah, that's what I see with that. It looks like at the very least there's a desire on your part now to move toward making this a more stable commitment. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Hanged Man and the Emperor. So yeah, with these energies here, again, I get that similar feeling to where they might have the desire to take action, but I feel like they're still holding back, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, right? So I feel like they're really leaning heavily on what energy you're putting out to see whether or not it would be the right time to approach. So for some of you, it feels like they're not necessarily sure of that just yet. All right, and the future energy on your side, we have the Four of Coins. So this is actually a Capricorn energy here, which is your opposite sign of partnerships and relationships. But it could just be saying for some of you might just be putting a little bit more energy into your work lives, right? And just waiting things out. But I feel like that's saying that either way, if we see that person in the background, it looks like they're not physically in the room, right? So it could just be saying that even when you're working on other areas of your life, you might still be thinking about this connection quite a bit too. So there could be physical distance between the two of you as well. And future energy on their side, we have the Three of Wands, Aries energy. Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. And the High Priestess. So yeah, it seems like a bit of a repeat energy for them throughout, which is to say that there's the desire to take action, right, with the Eight of Pentacles, but with that Three of Wands, usually that represents waiting for your ships to come in and feeling like, okay, I'm just going to let things come to me. Then with the Two of Pentacles, we see a bit of an undecided energy there. And then the High Priestess, to me, represents them just trying to tune into their intuition and feel out the situation. So yeah, it definitely seems like they're a bit unsure as to what your energy is right now, which, you know, well, cause and effect, right? I don't know. For some of you, it could just be that they're indecisive in general, and that's not helping matters with you, or it could just be that they are picking up on your energy and feeling what you were going through, not being sure if now is the right time to approach you, right? Like I said, especially if this was a situation separate from them that you were going through in the past, so they might be like, oh, is this the right time to express feelings for them, or are they still going through a grieving process around whatever the past situation was, right? So it could just be a bit of a misunderstanding as far as that element goes, but yeah, it looks like I could definitely see where you would look at their energy and not know where exactly they're coming from. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So this is Aries energy here. And if we look at the body language, she's pointed towards the cards on the side. So I feel like this is saying you do have that desire to move toward the connection with this person. But yeah, like I said, I feel like you're just looking at their energy and you're not quite sure what's going on with them, which, like I said, originally it could have been the other way around where they were watching what you were going through and weren't sure if it was the right time to approach or not. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Four of Swords. So this is a Libra energy here. And usually points to an energy of healing, taking a break, right? Trying to process the situation. And the good thing is beneath that we do see the King of Swords. So this might be one of those things where they might need a little bit more time to feel out what's going on. And then with that King of Swords, they'll come forward with more of a confident energy at that point. All right, next we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. What I'm looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And I'm gonna, if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I actually just put the deck down and pull cards that way. So let's see what we get. All right, and this doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and this doesn't want to go back there. So let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have space. It says I need to take a step back because I'm still trying to figure out what I want. So yeah, at the very least with that oppression energy in the past, I could see why you would have needed space, but I will say beyond that, in the present and in the future, it looks like you are more decisive. It's just more of your waiting on this person to make up their mind. So let's see what we get on their side. Okay. It says surprise. Big happy changes are coming when you least expect it. So yeah, surprise energy in a way, given their energy, right? I feel like any movement from their part towards you would be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, so maybe it's just saying that they really are sure of what they want to do, but they're just trying to figure out the right timing, right? Meaning that, okay, they're sure of their feelings for you. They're sure they want to come forward with expressing those feelings, but they're just trying to see, hey, is cancer over whatever situation they were going through in the past. So that's what I see with that. And then lastly, we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well. Here we're only looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up, though. Oh, got one there. Okay, let's see what you got. All right, we have time to go. There's the artwork, and the number is 45. Okay, the relationship message says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So, definitely an interesting message there because, like I mentioned, for some of you, I still feel like it's a small percentage of you, but like I mentioned, for some of you, this tower moment could have been directly related to them. Whereas I feel like for a bigger group of you, it's more that they saw that you had gone through something like that outside of the connection with them. But so for some of you, it could be pointing to that, where you guys might have already experienced an ending, right? And now it's just that back and forth of them figuring out, okay, well, when's the right time to try to mend things with Cancer. So at the very least, I would say this looks like a good month to not necessarily take action on your part because it looks like they're going back and forth a little bit. If anything, if they do approach, you could let them know that you're open in some way, right, without being super direct. But otherwise, they're just going to be like, oh, is it the right time to approach Cancer? But yeah, definitely a bit of a strange one there, but hopefully that resonated with you guys and wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.